TV is memorable entertainment.
Television? Wow!
The Live 5 for 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Well, we're back in the freezer tonight, but when will we thaw out? I'll have that answer coming up in your 5 for 6 forecast.
Now at 4:30, we're taking a closer look at the redistricting maps in Georgia. Plus, what's next for Donald Trump after being removed from Colorado's presidential ballot? And why a Horry County couple is being investigated by the FBI. Your news at 4:30 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4:30.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hannah Latier. Thank you for joining us. D is off today. Coverage you can count on begins in New Jersey, where an investigation into what caused a news helicopter to crash is underway. According to WPVI in Philadelphia, the pilot and a photographer were killed. The chopper went down in a state forest last night as it returned from an assignment. New Jersey State Park Police say it found the wreckage early this morning. Just more than an hour after receiving a call, a helicopter was missing.
At this time, the scene is being secured by the New Jersey State Park Police with the assistance of the New Jersey Forest Fire Service, the New Jersey State Police, and the Hamilton Township Police Department. And know that our thoughts are with the pilots, their families, and the media community.
The names of the victims have not been released. WPVI says they have a long history with the station and have been working as part of the news team for years. A federal judge is hearing testimony today in Atlanta on new politics maps. Archit Seshadri has that story.
The ACLU of Georgia is urging a federal judge to reverse recent political maps passed by Georgia state lawmakers in the redistricting case. That case being heard at a court in Atlanta from 9 this morning. The ACLU says those maps dilute the black population vote in Georgia, as well as violate the Voting Rights Act of 1965. A federal judge asked Georgia lawmakers to redraw political maps back in October, saying that they need to come up with 1 new congressional district, 2 new state Senate districts, and 5 new state House districts that have a black majority. So the governor held a special session earlier this month, and for about a week, state lawmakers under the Gold Dome redrew those maps, but the ACLU says they don't comply with the judge's decision. So the judge is hearing testimony and could come back with a few different verdicts. He could agree on those maps, he could agree with 1 or more of those districts, or say none of these districts comply and issue new political maps. So that means you may have a new voting district or potentially a new representative in 2024 during the election cycle. State lawmakers say most of the redrawn areas were in the Metro Atlanta area, West Atlanta, South Atlanta, and Macon-Bibb County. We'll continue to keep you updated on this story, but for now, reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
The judge didn't make a ruling yet, but said he would issue a written order soon. The South Carolina Supreme Court says retired State Chief Justice Jean Toll will now be assigned to preside over future cases involving Alec Murdaugh. It comes after State Circuit Court Judge Clifton Newman asked to be removed from future cases involving Murdaugh. Judge Newman presided over numerous cases involving the disbarred attorney. And now Justice Toll will decide all matters pertaining to future cases. The petition for a new trial is pending in the Court of General Sessions in Colleton County. Time now for a first look at your weather with meteorologist Miller Hyatt. Miller, is it supposed to be as cold tonight as it was last night?
Pretty much, Hannah. We do have a slight moderation in those temperatures, but I would still bundle up, have the heater on if you are. And those changes could be bringing in some rain. I'll have details on that coming up in your 5 for 6 forecast, Hannah.
All right, Miller, thank you so much. In a historic ruling, the Colorado Supreme Court disqualifies former President Trump from the state's 2024 presidential ballot for his role in the January 6th Capitol attack. The court declaring him ineligible to run under the U.S. Constitution's insurrection clause. The ruling directs Colorado's Secretary of State to exclude Trump from the Republican primary ballot. Trump's campaign says it will appeal the decision. This is likely something that will ultimately be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court.
What the Colorado court here said is that there was an insurrection. the former president gave aid or comfort to those who engaged in it, and that this provision does in fact apply to the presidency.
Trump has until January 4th to file and appeal, which will prevent Colorado from removing his name from the ballot, pending action from the Supreme Court. Today, the FBI searched a home in Horry County, South Carolina, as part of an ongoing criminal rights investigation. 2 people are behind bars charged with harassment after deputies say they burned a cross in their neighbor's yard. Savannah Denton reports.
I spoke with Monica Williams, who told me she and her family are terrified to come back to their home in Conway after all they have witnessed and gone through the past few years.
He burning the cross.
This is the scene Monica Williams and her family witnessed while they were gathering for Thanksgiving. Williams says her neighbors Warden Butler and Alexis Hartnett lit a cross on fire in their yard and faced it towards the Williams home. You can see the smoke coming from the burning cross just above the fence.
It's just heartbreaking that we are in 2023 and we still have to go through this.
Williams says the cross burning was the culmination of racially motivated harassment since she and her husband closed on their house in 2021.
He has bullied us long enough with his racial epithets, with encroaching on our land, threatening us, shooting bows and arrows at us, wielding machetes at us. We've had it. And setting fires, abusing animals. We've had it. And the mental trauma is beyond description.
According to warrants obtained by News 13, Butler and Hartnett were charged with second-degree harassment. Multiple police reports say, as well as video and audio shows, Hartnett repeatedly using a racial slur toward the victim's family.
Girlfriend has bragged about how she's shot Black people several times before.
Williams says the harassment caused them to build a privacy fence, but the incidents kept happening.
We just want awareness and we want justice. You know, our family is, afraid to come and visit us. He truly solidified the reason why people are afraid to come to the South.
Historically, cross-burning has been used as a discrimination and intimidation tactic against African Americans during slavery.
Just like that old saying, justice delayed is justice denied.
South Carolina is one of only 2 states in the U.S. without a hate crime law. But there is currently a bill in the South Carolina legislature. State Rep Wendell Gilliard sponsored the Clementa C. Pinckney Hate Crimes Act. He's urging his constituents to pass it to crack down on racially motivated incidents.
If you or someone you know thinks you are a victim of hate and discrimination, call the FBI at 800-225-5324 or submit an online tip at tips.fbi.gov. One person is dead after a crash in Bamberg County. It happened last night at the intersection of U.S. Highway 78 and South Carolina 61, about 8 miles outside of Bamberg. Troopers say a pickup truck hit a car. The truck driver went to the hospital. 4 people were in the car, 2 were taken to the hospital. A 3rd person died, and the victim's name has not been released yet. And in Edgefield County, another person is dead after a crash. It happened on Woodlawn Road, about 12 miles outside of North Augusta. Highway Patrol says the driver of the SUV ran off the road and hit a tree. We're still waiting to learn the victim's name. A local high school student who underwent a lung transplant earlier this year has died. We told you about Paris Marchant back on January 5th. She was a student at Augusta Christian who had to travel to St. Louis to receive a lung transplant. Her family announced on social media that she died this morning after a long battle with lung disease. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family. And 11 people are without a home just before Christmas after a house fire. It happened Monday at a home on Apricot Lane. That's in the National Hills neighborhood off Washington Road. When crews arrived, the house was up in flames. 3 generations lived in that home together. Everyone made it out safely. The Red Cross is helping the family with things like shelter, clothing, and other essentials.
And obviously that's completely devastating at any time, but here, just a few days before Christmas, it just exacerbates that. But our Red Crossers sat with the family, talked them through the process, which is, first of all, just providing them that hope and some help.
What caused the fire remains under investigation. If you don't know how to install a smoke detector, contact the Red Cross and they'll come to your house to install it for free. And speaking of the Red Cross, they're offering a chance to do 2 amazing things at the same time: save a life and win Super Bowl tickets. To help replenish the local blood supply, the Red Cross is asking for donors of all blood types to roll up their sleeves. Those who donate blood, platelets, or plasma through January 5th will receive a Red Cross long sleeve t-shirt. If you donate any time in January, you will automatically be entered into a national drawing to win a trip for two to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. You can go to any of the local Red Cross locations to donate blood or platelets: the East Central Health District on Ellis Street in Augusta, Eisenhower Army Medical Center on Fort Eisenhower, and in Aiken at the Central South Carolina Health Department on Pine Log Road. Coming up, Amazon Prime just dropped a new trailer for Expats starring Nicole Kidman. That story next.
70 years ago, a local legacy was born that changed television forever.
Who would ever have thought that television would have become as important as it is, KB?
But throughout it all, one thing that has remained the same is the passion we feel for our community and the dedication we have to our viewers. WJBF News Channel 6, celebrating 70 wonderful years of coverage you can count on.
Over the last 12 and APR financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 cash back, plus no payments for 90 days on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors and More. Welcome to our showroom located on Washington Road in Evan. We look forward to seeing you so you can discover for yourself everything we have to offer. Hardwood Floors and More. So much more in store for you.
Book direct flights to Washington, D.C. at Fly.
The creative team behind the Barbie movie has partnered up permanently. They got married. Sam Rubin has all the details in today's Hollywood Highlights.
We begin here with the couple responsible for the biggest movie of the year. They wrote it together, and Greta Gerwig directed it, the screenplay by Greta Gerwig and longtime partner Noah Baumbach.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Well, the professional partners, they're personal partners too. They have 2 children together, and now they're a married couple. Source close to Greta has told People magazine the two tied the knot at New York City Hall. They first met back in 2010 while filming the movie Greenberg, began dating the following year. Congratulations to Hollywood's hottest creative couple, now married couple. If you loved the Barbie movie, you're in luck. Ryan Gosling, music producer Mark Ronson, just released Ken, the EP, which has 3 new versions of the song I'm Just Ken, including a holiday version. They've also released the music video for the holiday version called I'm Just Ken, Merry Christmas Barbie. Take a look at this. Have you ever dreamed of moving to Paris, or how about Florence? What about Hong Kong? Academy Award winner Nicole Kidman explores life as an expat living in Asia during the 2014 Umbrella movement. This is directed by Lulu Wang, based on the best-selling novel The Expatriates. This is Expats.
Don't you ever miss it? Home? I like our life here. Do you ever imagine yourself living a completely different life? You're just watching them every second, even when your eyes are closed. I have no idea how it happened.
The series will premiere on Amazon Prime. It'll happen January 26th, with new episodes launching every week. That is your entertainment report here in Hollywood. I'm Sam Rubin.
Miller Hyatt has your full forecast next.
Warner, your Christmas Day, and on Tuesday we begin Kwanzaa with showers and then cooling back down with sunshine for next week, Hannah.
Well, at least it'll be sunny next week. I can't believe it was 19 degrees in Saluda this morning.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That is inhumane.
Yeah, I'll make sure it doesn't happen. Just kidding.
Exactly.
I'll try.
Yeah, do your best, Miller. Thank you. Well, it's been a rough start to the season for ski resorts. Since Thanksgiving, some areas like Syracuse, New York have only had 13 days of skiing. But despite the mild weather expected right through Christmas, Greek Peak Mountain Resort is still preparing for plenty more guests and plenty more snow because they can make their own.
Started off great. We had a nice Thanksgiving weekend start. Mother Nature wasn't very nice to us with some rain, and particularly yesterday we had a ton of rain, but as you can see behind me, the snowmakers are back to work, and we're going to be open on Wednesday and hopefully for the rest of the season going forward.
Resort staff says fresh powder and fun memories make up for nature's mishaps. We'll be right back.
Do you suffer daily? The leader in hobby and specialty toys, only at the new Hobby Town on Riverwatch.
When a woman records her dad while he was mowing the lawn. Alyssa Cronin says she has created a social media account inspired by her father's most quote-unquote dad moments. Coming up on News Channel 6 at 5, the future of the Border Bash, the money raised, and the local charities that benefit from the annual event. Stay with us.
I'm attorney Jamie Casino. If you're injured in a wreck, our team has scored record results in the courtroom, and our Google rating is excellent. Injured in a wreck? Call me right now.
Over the last 20, I fit a family a call today for that free in-home estimate.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it. Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone. A better plan is Verizon.
The way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward.
We'll wrap this up. It's your last chance to turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value, only on Verizon.